This is an introduction to the Collisions lab from Beyond Labs. You're going to start in the Stockroom tab, which is where you can select what elements you want on the table, whether it's a single ball or all balls, or if you want to just drag out a couple of the balls, you can place them in any position you want. And then you can choose if you want friction on the table, or if you want to take out a plunger, if you want to have an extra force in any direction. There's always gravity going on into the table to help hold the balls on the table. Then you go into parameters and you can adjust whether you want all balls to be identical or different. So say for example I wanted ball 2 to have a radius of 1.5, making it a little bit bigger, but giving it a very small mass. And then if I adjusted the velocity here, say I want it to have a velocity of 5, and we'll give it an angle of 210 degrees. Then I could adjust its starting position, right? Each of these you can adjust from ball to ball where you want them to be. And then you can even adjust your plunger force, which we'll put out a little later, so you'll be able to see that. You can click on any of these to change your units if you want. You can adjust what type of coordinate system you're in and whether we're working in 2 dimensions or just 1 dimension. Then if you go on over into live data, you see here that you're going to be watching on graphs, and you're going to be having the ability to save the data you want. So right, if I wanted to be for some reason saving the acceleration data, I could click those boxes. But right now I'll just save the X and the Y data. I'll turn on trails so we can see where it is over time, and then if I click save data, it'll save a data table to my lab book. So if I start it up, I can see where they are over time. You can see in my data tables or in my graphs, I'm able to see my velocity of each of them. I can go through, right? I can see the graphs and the data for every single ball. All of that was saved into my lab book. So I have everything. You could record any observations you want. And then if you need to restart and change something, right? Say you needed to drag your force out, you could do that, right? And that would create the option to be able to have a force, an instantaneous force right there, and then you can see how your objects respond over time, so you can do all your momentum type experiments that you would need to have. At any point in time, if you want to click Save Lab, that will create a custom starting point that you could come back to, right? This is just a URL that you can save. You can save your lab image right here at the top, where if you click that, it'll save an image of your lab for your lab book tracking, so you know what you've done over time. And those are the main features. We hope this helps.